Hey, Catherine, how are you? How things
I'm
going?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing awesome. Thank you so much for joining this call. And I'm so excited because I feel like there's going to be some really, I know, not even feel, I know there's going to be a lot of useful information for our viewers and listeners. So today we're going to be talking about the programs. A lot of viewers that are on here now are here to hear about all the programs that are available to them for their homeownership purchase. And
hmm
you are the person to talk to about that.
Thank you. Thank you.
So we're going to start off first. Catherine, tell us about yourself. Tell us, like, what is your experience in this industry, and how long have you been in the industry, and take it from there.
Okay. Well, first of all, thank you for having me. And my name is Catherine Kraemer-Dale, and I've been in the industry since 1985. I started out in the mortgage industry as a processor, and then I was an underwriter. And I actually really liked underwriting, so I did that for a number of years. Then I did closing. And then once I learned all of the facets of the operational side, then I knew I wanted to sell.
I have a question, Catherine. So as processor, underwriter, what are those?
Well, a processor is basically once the loan originator brings the file in, the processor is the person that prepares the entire package to not only make sure that it's meeting FHA, VA, USDA, or conventional guidelines, but also if you're layering it with any additional programs that would be from a city or county program. And when they put the whole packet together, they submit it to the in-house lender underwriter, and they check over the work and make sure so that once your loan is approved,
Yeah.
without any delays, your goal is to close on the day that you're trying to close.
And the reason I ask that question is because we have a lot of buyers who, once they give that loan, when they get with a loan officer, they think that's it. That the loan officer is the
No.
one that handles the whole process. But there's so many arms, so many parts to just getting that loan approved. The
Yeah.
processor, like you said, the underwriter. That's awesome.
A
So
lot
you
of
were
moving parts.
there are a lot of moving parts. So
Yes.
please, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, no,
So
no, that's fine. So I've done processing, underwriting, closing, and then, like I said, I knew then that I had the back end. I wanted to go out and sell. I wanted to educate people about all the different programs. So I've been in the industry since 1985. I had the opportunity of joining the state of Maryland in, I guess it was 2008. And the position that I'm in is truly God sent. It's a business development position. And even though I'm in the state agency, not private sector, I really am out in the streets every day, meeting with
yeah.
homeowners, yourself as agents, and still interacting with. I have 120 lenders that I deal with throughout the entire state of
Oh,
Maryland.
wow, 120. Well, when do you get to
120
sleep?
lenders, yes. And the amount of volume is unbelievable. But I
Yeah.
love it because it allows me the opportunity to take all the facets of mortgage lending that I've learned, whether it's through mortgage banking or brokerage, and educating the lender side on how to promote, educate, select the correct product for that particular borrower, because every borrower's need is differently when they're buying a home. And then I make sure that the back end for processing, underwriting, and closing know what they're doing. So you get the one and done. You get it in
Yeah.
and you meet that goal of closing.
Yeah.
So, I've been really blessed with the opportunity
Nice.
to do the job, and it really affords me the opportunity to get out there and educate. Again, like I said, homeowners,
Yeah.
agents, lenders.
Yeah. So what is and you currently work with the Maryland Department of Housing and Community
Yep,
Development. So
yep.
for our viewers, what is the Maryland Department of Housing and Community Development?
Well, it is a state agency, so you'll hear a lot of people that have been in the industry for a long time call us CDA. CDA stands for Community Development Administration, and that is a department that I work in within the state of Maryland Department of Housing. Community Development
Yeah.
Administration. We are out there trying to obviously help the
It's
community.
it's it's it sounds like there's a lot of money that we're
A lot of money. So
Okay.
with the community development, we then have a program called the Maryland Mortgage Program.
Yeah.
And this program is out there to help anyone who wants to purchase a home in the state of Maryland that meets our eligibility guidelines, and there's about 6 of them. We provide money to help you buy your home. one of the greatest obstacles is people might be currently renting and they're able to show and demonstrate that they're paying $1,400, $1,800, sometimes even $2,000 in rent, but they don't have the money to put down for closing cost and down payment. And that's where the state of Maryland program kicks in.
Right.
The Maryland Mortgage Program offers money to help you with your down payment and closing cost.
Nice. Guys, there's so many programs out here, and this department is really at the top of most of, if not the top of the whole process, if I'm correct.
Yes.
Yeah. And so how are they helpful to home buyers?
Well, how they're helpful is, again, as I mentioned, one of the greatest obstacles is that the borrower is demonstrating the ability to pay their rent, but they don't have the money, all the money saved for down payment and closing cost. So when you come to the Maryland Mortgage Program, you're actually applying through one of our direct lenders, which, as I mentioned, there's 120 of them. And they are then selecting one of the many initiatives that we have to help you with down payment and closing. Some of the money that you'll get is at a very low interest rate, and it's money that you don't have to make any monthly payments on. You don't even have to pay it back until you sell or refi your house. And there's no interest being charged to you.
Wow.
Then we have other programs where it's free. Yes, I said free. F-R-E-E. It's in the form of a grant.
I'm sure there are a lot of folks who are excited about that word. I mean, a lot, there's so many people that have the dream of home ownership, but they just don't know where to start. And then if they do know where to start, they don't have the resources to really move forward. And from what you're sharing, there's so much out there. There's so many programs, so many resources. It's just a matter of getting yourself the right team to help you move forward step by step. And so with this department, what programs, we talked earlier, and you mentioned 4 different programs that are available, and there's probably a lot more, but these 4 that we talked about were really very interesting. I'd like you to share with the audience.
Sure. Our top product that we have is called either our First Time Advantage Direct or our Flex Direct. The interest rate today for the government rate is at 2.125.
I heard that's mind blowing. 2 point. Yes. That's basically, and this is over a 30-year loan. A
30-year fixed mortgage.
30-year fixed mortgage, 2%, 2.1. I've never seen that. In my 20 plus years in real estate, I've never seen 2%-ish mortgage rates. And so for anyone that's able to qualify for that type of program, it's a no-brainer, I think.
Yes. It's a program where you're not necessarily getting the money from us to help you with down payment and closing costs, because maybe you've gotten enough seller help, or maybe you've tapped into resources with other programs that might be available in the city or the county that you can use along with this First Time Advantage or Flex Direct product. Again, it's the lowest rate. The next 2 products that we have, those are a true second lien. It's, again, money where you're not.
When you say lien, you're talking about on the house that they're buying. There's going to be a lien on that house.
Yes.
And so go ahead.
Yeah. So the interest rate you have is on your first mortgage, and then the money that the state of Maryland provides you to help you with your down payment and closing cost is in the form of a second lien.
Okay.
It doesn't have an interest rate attached to it, so you're not being charged interest on that money that we're giving you for down payment. You don't have to make any monthly payments on that, but it is truly recorded as a lien. So when you go to sell or refinance your house, you have to pay that back. Okay. The 2 that we have is, one is for $5,000. That's $5,000 that you can apply towards down payment or closing cost, and your agents will certainly help you to guide you where to best use that funding. The other one is 3% of whatever your total first mortgage is, and in some cases.
So an example. So the first you said is $5,000.
$5,000.
They can get $5,000. There's no interest on that.
Right.
And it's just a lien on the house that has to be paid back. Does it have to be paid back?
Yes. Yep. You have to pay it back when you sell or refi.
When you sell or refi. So if you get, first you're going to get about a 2 point. Can you combine these loans? Can you combine these programs? The 2 point.
No. So there's 3. There's 4 different programs that I'm going to speak with you about. The first one, on the rate sheet, it'll show the rate, and it's for the First Time Advantage Direct or the Flex Direct. It's the lowest rate that I was
Okay.
referring to, the 2.125, where you're not getting any money from the state, you're getting this low rate, and you may not need the money because you're getting either additional seller help or money from a city or county program.
Gotcha.
The next product that I was talking about was the second liens, where you either have the option of selecting either a $5,000 second lien, or you could select for the same interest rate a 3% of your total first mortgage. Again, you're not making any monthly payments on that. You're not paying any interest on the money that you've borrowed from us, but you did borrow it. So it sits on there as a lien, and you do have to pay it back when you sell or refi.
But it helps you get into the property.
It helps you get in, yeah.
Okay.
The third product is phenomenal. It's like winner, winner, chicken dinner. It is a 3% grant or a 4% grant. And when I say grant, it's free money.
Wow.
It's not forgiven. It's not deferred. It doesn't just go away over a certain amount of time that you stay in the house. There are no restrictions on how long you have to stay in the property. This grant money is there to help you, and you do not ever have to pay it back. The rate is a little bit higher because you're getting free money, but it's a fantastic product, and it's 3% of your first mortgage or 4%.
Nice.
The fourth product that I have is absolutely phenomenal. It's a governor's initiative. Governor Larry Hogan originally initiated this program to help all of the millennials. We have a lot of millennials that have a lot of student loan debt, and they can't afford. They may have gotten great jobs out of college, but they can't afford to move out on their own because of all the student loan debt. So this is called the Maryland Smart Buy 2.0. You can buy any property in the state of Maryland. It's not restricted to a certain zip code or type of housing, any property. And it's a conventional. And the main focus of it is you would take a person who has student loan debt. All of their student loan debt has to be paid off when they leave that closing table. And the state of Maryland, in the Maryland Smart Buy, will take 15% of the purchase price up to $30,000 and pay off your student loan debt. The lender isn't even having to use that debt when they're calculating your payment history.
Wow. So you qualify for more because they're not using the student debt.
Yeah. And now that product, the Maryland Smart Buy, you do have to stay in it for 5 years. If you stay in it for 5 years, poof, it goes away. It is forgiven. The state of Maryland paid off your loan. You didn't have to use it in your qualifying, and you stayed in the house for 5 years, and now you're debt free when you come to your student loan. Wow. If you do leave, which we haven't had anyone leave, that's why it's called the Smart Buy, because they're smart.
It's a smart
program. They're being smart, but they haven't left. But if you do leave within the first 5 years, it is deferred 20% each year. So if you decided to leave or refi out of us, you'd have to pay it back. It's a great program. It really, really is.
Awesome. Awesome. What are the main factors of eligibility for these programs? What are those factors that we talked about earlier?
They're really, really easy. There's only 6 of them. When you as a borrower meet with a real estate agent or one of our lenders, they're going to ask you, are you a first-time homeowner? Have you ever owned a home? And if they have a first-time homeowner guideline, you don't have to be a first-time homeowner. You could have owned a home 3 or 4 years ago. You could own a home right now, and as long as you agree to sell it, they could still do a loan for you to help you buy whatever house you're interested in buying. The second one is we have income limits. We have household income limits. And one of the greatest myths is, oh, well, I got to be a first-time home buyer. No, you don't. And the second one is, oh, yeah, I make too much money. I'm not going to qualify because it's for low to moderate income. Nope. If you go onto our website, which I'll certainly give it to you in closing, our income limits are extremely generous. I'm talking about 6-figure incomes. So don't think that you can't qualify for the program because you think you make too much money, because in some areas throughout the state, you could have income in your household as much as $157,000.
Wow. Yeah. So, I mean, guys, think about that. So you think that in a lot of cases when you hear about programs, it's just for low to moderate income families, but this is $157,000. There are very few families right now making that amount. And so this is not just for low to moderate income families. This is for everyone, basically, when you take those limits to 157,000. So yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Our third guideline is we have asset restrictions. Obviously, if you have a lot of money, why are you coming to the state to borrow money? Mm-hmm. So the asset restrictions are that you can't have more than 20% of liquid assets of a sales price. We don't care how much you have in your 401 or retirement. It's just as far as liquidity. We don't really run into that too often because a lot of people are coming to us to get down payment and closing cost assistance because they don't have the money. Mm-hmm. The fourth one is really important. It's home buyer education. And when you are a new homeowner, it's huge. It educates you about what is a principal, interest, taxes, insurance. Why do I need mortgage insurance? What is a deed of trust? What is a promissory note? What is the proper way to do my budgeting? So anyone that's on the loan would have to take home buyer education. You could do it in a classroom setting, or you simply could do it online. Mm-hmm. We have a lot of classes that are available online. The fifth eligibility guideline that your lender and your agent will be more involved in with you is your debt to income ratio. It can't exceed 45% DTI. And the fifth is credit scores. Your lender is going to pull your credit report and make sure, and I would just honestly tell yourself as long as you have a credit score of at least 660 for our standard programs, you're fine. The Maryland Smart Buy, your credit score has to be at 720. So they're not really very difficult guidelines. Mm-hmm. It's just a matter of your lender figuring out, hey, do they meet these 6 guidelines? And then let me look at the rate sheets and the programs and find out what's the bang for the buck for the borrower. Yeah. How am I going to get them the most amount of money? Pick the best program that's going to fit their individual need to help them buy this home. Yeah,
I mean, this session that we're having, this is so informative. There's so much that's packed into these. I don't know how long we've been going, but I'm going to ask of you, Kathleen, if you can join me again, and maybe for live and really share or answer questions, because we'll have live. It'll be live, and there'll be folks who I know have more questions for you. And if you can please, join me again to really share with the community more about these programs. In closing, any last recommendations? Do you have any last recommendations to give to our folks out here who are looking, who have this homeownership dream? They're ready, willing, and able to move forward, and they just need that last word of advice from Catherine. What would that be? My word of advice is enjoy the moment. Yeah. Enjoy the moment. This is the most exciting thing that you will ever do. And I just say, trust in your agents, trust in your lenders. Yeah. We all work very well together. I'm with the Maryland Mortgage Bankers Association. I work with MAR. I'm the State of Maryland Department of Housing. We work with housing counseling agencies. We are public servants because we're here to help you. Yeah. We want you to achieve this American dream. So my advice to you is just enjoy the ride and get your keys and become a homeowner and say, you know what, I can do it. And then definitely share that with your friends and family. Yeah. Empower other people that this is not just a dream, it is a reality to own a home. Thank you. In closing, I just want to say it's been a pleasure speaking with you. We have a great working relationship. Yes. If anyone ever has any questions, they can always reach out. Our website is public. Yes, anyone is allowed to go on. What is that website? It's www.mmp.maryland.gov. Okay. Feel free to visit. Perfect. It's all public knowledge. Perfect. I'm going to put it in the comments section of this video. And again, thank you so much. Looking forward to our live session once we schedule that. And folks, again, if you can, get with a good team, get with a good lender, get with a good agent, because all this information is out there. All these resources are out there, and there's just no excuse. There's nothing that should stop you from from that dream of home ownership. Thanks, Catherine. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you. Have a great day. You too. Thank you.